Hey everyone, let's talk the top three reasons why it's fine to throw out that homeschool curricula. And I know, this is a huge step and a big step in your journey because I didn't feel that confidence in the beginning. So, this is why I want to give you the permission slip that it is okay to do so, right? So, first of all, you're probably feeling trepidation because you invested money into that curricula and time choosing it. But let's think about this. If it's not working for your child and or you and everyone's miserable, is that really worth it? I would argue no. And here's the key. Tip number 1. You can recoup some, if not all, of the money that you put into that curriculum that is not working for this particular child, okay? There are various ways to do that. You can sell there are a ton of social media places you can sell that on. There are local homeschool conventions, or at least statewide homeschool conventions, that often have curricula sales, both used and new. You may be part of a homeschool co op that will allow you to resell that stuff, or they may have a blog that you can post sale items on. That works too. You might be part of a church that is willing to let you set up either once or twice a year a used book sale, just books, and then your homeschool curricula could be part of that. Think outside the box. There are ways to get money back from those items. And one thing I would really stress to you is if you have younger children as well, they all learn in different ways. So, what you chose for that eldest one that isn't working may actually work for one of the younger ones. So, if you have physical space in your home, and you have the financial freedom to do so, I would actually encourage you to hang on to that and see if it works for another kid because that's certainly been my experience. But you do you. If you need to get rid of all, there are ways to do that. So, tip number 2, um, let's think about this. What if you no longer had to argue with your child about doing their work? What if they were actually excited about doing their schoolwork? What if they didn't even see it as work? What if they saw it as something, an interest of theirs and something they wanted to pursue, right? Something that would bring peace and joy to your household. I argue with that brings you freedom. And that's another reason to ditch curricula that is not working for you. Because if it is, if you know it's educationally beneficial for your child, and we could define education because that's not just book learning, right? Um, if you know it's beneficial to them and it gives them time to pursue their interests, which also frees you up for some downtime for yourself, whether that's reading that you enjoy or time for your marriage or whatever the case may be, I argue that's a win-win to ditch that curricula that everybody hates. And number 3, you will gain confidence as a homeschooling parent. This was a big one for me early on. That the freedom I found when I first ditched a curricula that wasn't working for us was mind blowing. Okay. So not only will you gain confidence, your child will learn a valuable lesson. And this is that their educational and emotional needs do come first. Hear me out on this one because you may be thinking the wrong thing. I am not saying this means you get whatever you want, like you're not enjoying this, so you just get to not do it. No, there are going to be times in life that you're going to hold them accountable for something they don't want to do because you see the value in the curricula or you see the value in the lesson or whatever the case may be. Maybe that's Shakespeare. Maybe it's geometry. Maybe it's, there are multiple things that could be. They are going to have to do things they don't like to do. But if it is a curricula that is truly making everyone bicker with one another and not learn, like if you're flat out not learning, that is not worth your time. And so by listening to your child and saying, okay, you can, especially as they get older, you can have some input on this. This is subject you still have to learn, but we can find another way to learn it. You have given them a tremendous gift because You're instilling something much more important than book learning. You're giving them the ability to if you do it the right way, they're getting the ability to speak from a place of peace and from a place of this is how I'm feeling in a mature way, and I would like to have some input in my education. That's amazing. And that's a gift that will never leave them, and it's something they'll carry for their entire lives. So I hope that helps. Follow me for more tips on homeschooling from a joyous place.